Okay, everybody, here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino, Friday, December 20th, 2024. New day, new haircut. All right, guys and girls, let's talk. There are still major issues here related to what we're seeing here in the debt market. I do not see yet any intervention here from the Federal Reserve. And without direct intervention, in other words, if the Fed doesn't step in here and start buying debt, we haven't seen anything yet with regard to selling in this market. It could be absolutely dramatic. So anyway, look, here's a story headline from CNBC. Dow futures dropped 200 points on heavy selling. Okay, lovely and fantastic. This is what's actually going on here right now with regard to stock futures. They're lower across the board. Okay, lovely and fantastic there too. Now, let's talk about this. We got cryptocurrencies under pressure. Bitcoin hit 92,000, which is what I said recently. Looked like a possible good new entry point. Absolutely. I'm on board with that 100%. That does not mean, people, that you're not going to see this move around. Expect volatility. If you're involved in getting into cryptocurrencies here at all, despite the fact that we're going to be adding this to the strategic reserves and all this other stuff here, if you believe that you're going to buy this stuff and it's just going to go up, well, then you're in the wrong spot, man. This is not what this is all about. You should expect extreme volatility in the crypto space. It's still held by a handful of people who are whales. We now know who the real whales are. It's companies like BlackRock. It's the banks. They're buying Bitcoin like crazy. Again, you know why. We are being turned into the crypto capital of the world, not the constitutional money system of the world. Wake up. Okay, and with that, you're seeing a lot of pressure on gold and silver right now. This morning, we're mixed. Nothing major going on here, though, honestly. People, look, every single opportunity, in my opinion, to get in here and buy silver, my favorite asset of all time, you got to do it. Forget about where it goes in the short run. We don't give a damn. Cryptocurrencies are going much higher, but it may be a kind of a wild ride to get there. With regard to the stock market, people, look, man, I'm out. I am out of this thing right now. I want to see how this plays out moving forward. And here's a key. This is the MMRI from this morning. We hit 307 overnight. We did come down a little bit. We got this spike here. I don't like it. I don't like seeing this right now. And again, I don't see any evidence at all with regard to Fed intervention. The Fed manages the market. Period. We do not have a market anymore. This is whatever this is right now. It's yet to be defined. In a real market, you would have, well, market forces determining fair value for the price of assets. You can't have that. When you have central banks doing what the Fed is doing right now, when other central banks are doing here, artificially suppressing rates, getting into the debt market, rigging the yield curve, well, how do you have a free market? A free market would work. But what we have here is the greatest wealth transfer that has ever been seen in the history of the world, getting sucked right out of the middle class. You know that. I want to show you something else. This is a pretty widely held index, the Fear and Greed Index. We currently are at extreme fear. Generally, bing, 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 this would signal to you that it's time to buy the market. It's time to buy stocks. But look, man, no one indicator, not even the MMRI, is the end all. You have to take in the entire picture as to what's happening here. We all know that the debt market is a time bomb. It's going to go off, whether it's going off now or in a month or two, whatever. Look, it's going to be a time of their choosing. You know what I know. Right now, the number one issuer and buyer of debt is central banks. They run it all. At a time of their choosing, in this case the Federal Reserve, this whole thing is going to melt down. There's no accidents. There's no comedy of errors here. This thing that we've been involved in across the board. I'm talking about the stock market, cryptocurrencies, ETFs, gold and silver. There's no price discovery here anymore. There's no real price discovery behind a single asset today. You all know this. It's all, again, based upon action in the debt market. If you understand what I've been trying to tell you guys and girls for 10 years, okay? The stock market and pretty much every single other asset derives value from what's happening in the debt market. Okay, what does that mean? If everything is deriving value from action in the debt market, artificially suppressed rates, currency devaluation, that means that everything else becomes a derivative of the debt market. So that's why I've been telling you, screaming from rooftops, even this morning, that you got to understand dynamics in the debt market now. People, look, let me say this too real quick. The Federal Reserve right now is rigging the entire yield curve to make it look normal. Let me show you something else just real quick while I'm talking about this. This is the 10-year yield from this morning, 4.54. This is well above the low end of the federal funds rate, which I explained to all of you. When this dynamic flipped or got par, we would have a problem in the market. Do you think we nailed that one to the wall? Absolutely. You have to understand, we just came out of the longest inverted yield curve in terms of time in history. And what has the market done? It has skyrocketed on the back of that. Realizing that what this means, the signal is this: the economy is coming apart. And as you well know, the faster the economy craters, the worse off you are. In other words, with regard to currency devaluation, the higher the market's going to go until it doesn't. Does that sound about right to you or familiar? Because I've only told you this since time immemorial. It's not going to stop until it does. Now, we understand the mechanism here. What's this really all about? Is creating dependency on their system. People, we are being transitioned very, very rapidly into a new system. A whole new set of rules for us. You understand? A method of control on a scale that you are not going to believe. None of us wanted this. We didn't vote to be the crypto capital of the world. We were told about it. You know how it works. They tell you what they're going to do first. It's their playbook. It's not ours. We all here want to be returned to a constitutional money system. Ain't happening. We're being pulled further and further and further away from that faster. Understand? Pretty obvious here. With regard to this whole, bird flu thing, that you see what they did 6 months ago. We were told that there were going to be millions of these ready. Well, what are we seeing right now? State of emergency declared in California. We got new mask mandates. Do you see what's going on here? Or you really can't see it just yet? You'll wake up at one point here. The fact of the matter is we are being thrust very rapidly into a new paradigm, a whole new set of rules, which I've been warning about for a decade. It's pretty easy to see these things, okay? Sometimes we call these extremely early, but we've been seeing the transition here. We're watching what's happening to the people of the world who, whoever's left here in the middle class. This transition involves a massive move, wiping out the middle class, pushing wealth up to the 1% and 2%, as you all know that, creating dependency and slaves to their system. And that's where we're going, people. Period. The end. You all know that. Are you ready for it? I really hope you are, because I see this developing much faster moving forward. I also see a lot more propaganda moving into next year, telling you how strong our economy is, how resilient the consumer is. You're going to see a lot of this stuff to a greater degree. We called it at the end of last year. It's going to end the year before that. And this year, moving into 25, you're going to see a lot more of this. So just be ready for it. It's all a game. It's a psyop to make people think, well, hold on a minute. I can't make ends meet. What's going on here? Why are they telling us, the propaganda ministry, the CNBC, the Bloombergs, the Fox Business here, that we're doing so great? I I can't survive on 2 jobs. Why is my currency purchasing power being evaporated? That's what's going on here. The calls here from the illustrious one to let's get rid of the debt ceiling so our loving, caring representatives can do whatever the hell they want, enriching themselves without any oversight whatsoever. The greatest thing to a central bank would be to eliminate the debt ceiling. I understand that it's just a target that keeps getting raised anyway, but at least we get to see the clown show play out. Imagine that being erased. That's what they want. They don't want you to think. They don't want you to understand what's going on in any capacity. They think of you as nothing but a means to an end. Zero. They want to keep you in the dark and feed you crap. You understand? That's what they want to do. And that's exactly what's going on here, people. It's going to get a lot more dramatic. The only other thing I want to talk to you about is Trump is now using his threats and intimidation to try to persuade the European Union that they better buy U.S. oil and gas. Imagine using threats and intimidation as a tactic to negotiate. You can't make this stuff up. But that's what we have here. A guy who has no idea what he's talking about and or doing. But you all know that anyway. It doesn't matter what he says. This is all scripted. He's fed a script. He's told what to say by his handlers. And that's just the way it is. That's how the whole thing works here. It's all deception on a massive scale. But just be ready for what's about to happen here. You all know that. A severe economic downturn, which we already are in one here, much higher prices across the board. You're being eliminated. And the sooner you get hip to that, the better off you're going to be, because then you'll start taking action against the system here, which we've been doing now for over 7 freaking years, being long this market, buying every dip that comes along. Yes, I'm out of the market. I want to sit back and take a breather here. I've now, again, the perspective that I have, very simply, is I'm looking to get back in here at one point here. I am neither bullish nor bearish. When you're out of the market, that means you're neutral. You understand? Although we've seen a lot of selling, there's probably going to be some selling at the open. I am in a neutral position. Believe me, I read the comments. I see what's being said about me. Greg is turned into a bear. The perma bull has now turned into a bear. I am not a bear. I explained this to you yesterday. If the average guy or average girl is not in the market, is walking on the street, are they a bull or a bear? They're nothing. They're neutral. I'm not in the market right now. I am heavily still into my crypto spaces and extremely heavily into my commodity spots, more specifically silver and gold. Look, man, we just sit back and we watch the festivities here. Let's see what goes on. Let's break out the popcorn. You understand? We got this from every angle, people. You all know that. All right, look, man. So what do you want to take away from all this? It doesn't look like the selling is over in the market. The Fed has not yet intervened. The Fed can do a few things. Number one, they can get into the debt market and start buying more debt. Push that 10-year yield lower. The market will love that. You will probably see a big rebound in the stock market. They can also get in here and buy large cap stocks. It's called the Exchange Stabilization Fund. Look this stuff up for yourself. There's no free market. The Fed will get in here, if they feel like it, start buying large cap stocks, buying more debt, and the market will go up. They could do that at any moment. They could do it today. We watch the 10-year yield, the dollar on a relative strength basis, better yet the MMRI, free to everybody, link in the description of this video. Let's see where this goes, people. You know what I mean? It's we're moving into the holiday season here. There's nothing wrong with taking a little break and just sitting out for a little bit here. You understand? It's easy, and it'll take a load off your mind. And for me, I'm sitting pretty, although I don't like to be in the cash position that I'm in right now. I do not intend to stay there. I will be using some of that cash that I pulled out of the market to buy more gold, more specifically silver, probably more cryptocurrency. When I do these things, I will tell you. If you subscribe to my free newsletter, link in the description of this video, you're going to be the first to know. I am an open book. I want everybody to know what I'm doing. Then you could, look, I can't tell you guys and girls what to do here. I've got myself in trouble twice with the SEC. I'm done doing that. I will tell you what I'm doing, and you guys and girls do whatever the heck you want to do. Sound familiar to you? Sound about right to you? All right, look, I'm out of here. I love all of you from the heart. Thank you for being here, but just be prepared for what's going to happen. I can't even, people, look, man, all you got to do is connect the dots. We are going to see the economy get a lot worse faster. I believe they're looking for an excuse to go negative rates. Why do you think Trump was selected? There was no election. Your votes did not count. They got this guy to bridge us into the system that he told you what he's going to do, okay? They told him what to say. Let's bridge them into the new system like the cattle they are. Let's herd them, all right? Let's take them away anywhere near a constitutional money system. Let's create this. Let's make crypto go mainstream. Let's merge the banks with crypto. Get them used to it. Let them just accept what we want, and then again institute the new system, which is going to be 100% digital tokenized. You will know that. Let's destroy the economy, give them which we're being wiped out here, okay, and then let's give them an excuse to go into negative rates. What did Trump want to his last tenure? Negative rates. It's an economic destroyer. But it would transfer wealth up to the 1%ers faster than you can imagine. That's exactly where we're going to go. Wake up, man. Time to wakey. Love all of you. I'll see you later. All right, 4 or 5 p.m. Eastern for the live stream. All right. With that said, please, people, take care of yourselves and each other. See you later.